And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if that's what you would like to do. Only if that's what you'd like to do. So yeah, I'm going to start your reading right now. So yeah, the first card you have, you pass the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is a little bit about, if you look at this man, he's got a barrier up and he's kind of coming out a little bit. He's a little bit unsure. He's a little bit worried. He's not sure whether to go forward or stay where he is and all of that. He's been hurt, you can see, with this bandage around his head. So I think this is about you. I think this is about you kind of wanting to keep someone a bit at arm's length, wanting to keep a little bit of a barrier up between you, but I think you didn't want to completely distance yourself or separate yourself from them. You're a bit unsure whether you kind of wanted to do that or not. Now, it's a little bit confusing. Maybe you felt a bit confused in your mind about what to do. You know, it's like you wanted to draw a line, but you kind of didn't know quite where to draw the line, if that makes sense. And, you know, I think you've been through a few battles with this person. I'm not seeing them straight out line, but maybe they were hiding things from you at one time or not revealing things to you. They're not open. They can be a bit of a problem. I can see that. So yeah, you know, if you feel uncomfortable or that there's a problem around anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, you don't need to be around them. You know, if anyone makes you feel uneasy for whatever reason, you know, at least distance yourself until you've worked out exactly what you want to do. Don't stress too much about this. Just stay away for a while. It doesn't have to be forever. And then just think, okay, well, let me work out what I want to do. And you don't have to work it out quickly. You can take as much time as you'd need, because this is about you and your comfort. Because the feeling I'm getting around this is they haven't really worried that much about how you felt. So I don't think you should really give them the same, you know, you shouldn't really care that much about how they feel. I know that sounds terrible, but really, I think at this time you really should be feeling or thinking about yourself. If you're still going through this, obviously, this is in the past. You know, no one should have to feel miserable. You know, you don't have much time to yourself anyway, so why spend it feeling uncomfortable or miserable if you don't need to? The other thing I'm seeing here is, this is why I'm getting a little bit backwards and forwards in this, there's some kind of meeting or some kind of gathering, and I think maybe you go to these things a bit, and I am seeing family around this, so maybe you go to these family things and I think this person might be there. Because I'm seeing you walking out of a room or coming out of a room feeling a little bit unsettled. And I think I'm getting this feeling of, you know, it's taking you some time to kind of calm down afterwards, after kind of being in that situation, calming yourself down, having to kind of make yourself feel better, and you're kind of reeling being around them. So yeah, so again, distance yourself if you need to, take some time out, don't be around them. Don't worry about what anyone says to you. Just stay away for a while until you've totally made up your mind about what you want to do. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, don't put pressure on yourself to do that. Just take your time. That's what I'm seeing in that card, if you're still going through this. So the next card you have, you pass the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, again, I think this situation between you and this person, I think it was a bit unequal a lot of the time. I think you've tolerated a lot from them. I think you've had to put up with a lot from them, and more than you should have been. That's what I'm seeing. Now, there's another dynamic on top of this as well. Again, I'm seeing the same thing, because I'm seeing you having these kind of family gatherings or these meetings or whatever with these other people. So there are a lot of other people around them, surrounding them. I think some of the people let them get away with things, or they tolerate things from them, and you've tolerated some things, and I think these people just expect you to kind of tolerate these things like everyone else is and kind of fit in with everyone else. Yeah, I think there are some other people in this group that kind of feel uneasy around them as well, but they just don't want to rock the boat or tip the scales, is what I'm seeing in this card, if you look at this man with these scales. So I actually think you're going to have to be the one who stands your ground here. And if it is you that has to do that, and if you do find yourself in that role, do that. do that. I mean, you don't have to cause drama. You can choose not to be around them. It's probably going to cause a little bit of drama, and I think you know that, but you can do it in as a quiet a way as you want, as you choose to. You just quietly kind of step away, and if you say, where are you? Why aren't you going to this thing or that thing? Just say, oh, well, I had this other thing I needed to do, or just kind of deal with that for a while. Just keep away for a while until you've made up your own mind. And actually, I think if you turn out to be the strong one, which you are, you're really strong, I think other people will follow you. I think people are just looking for a leader. I think if you end up saying, no, I don't want to be around this person, I don't want to tolerate this anymore, I think there are going to be some other people who do the same. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your past is the Knight of Swords. Yes. Okay, so yeah, I keep on seeing the same situation, so I'm sorry if this isn't resonating, but this is what I'm seeing, so I have to keep on saying what I'm seeing. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if you do decide to walk away from this and not go along with this game like everyone else is playing of tolerating this kind of difficult person, there is going to be some drama, and I think you know that. And I think that might be a reason why, or one of the reasons why you are kind of battling with, should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? The strange thing about this is, and yeah, again, I'm seeing family, so this is probably a family member. The strange thing is that they do love you in a strange way. They're not acting as if they do, but they do. They do love you. They do. If you look at this horse, there's a small heart behind his eye. So they do love you, even though they're doing this bad behavior. But bad behavior is bad behavior. And obviously, it's up to you to weigh all of this up, like the man in the Six of Pentacles is weighing up with his scales. So, I don't know if they're just rebellious or if they're just a difficult person, but they do love you. It's so strange. It's very strange. This is why this is so mixed up. This is why this is so confusing for you. And maybe you know this. And yeah, this is another reason I think why you're struggling with all of this. And now I can understand why that is. But yeah, again, just take your time. Think about this. Sorry about that motorbike. Distance yourself. Yes, the motorbike is going away, so go away for a while. Distance yourself. I know this is serious, I shouldn't laugh, yeah. But just keep away until you know what to do. You're not harming anyone, you're not hurting anyone by keeping away. You're just minding your own business, you're not causing problems. Just say, I just need to be by myself for a while. I'm busy, I need to do this or that. And just take as much time as you need. That's what I'm seeing now. So, the first card you have for your presence, the Lovers. So yeah, I'm seeing something very obvious here. This is about a love connection. Now, I don't know what stage this is at, because there's a little bit of, not rockiness, but there's some uncertainty here. Now, I'm not seeing uncertainty about how much this person loves you. They are attracted to you, they do love you, they do care about you. This man's gazing over to this woman, so yeah, they think you're physically attractive, they have a lot of passion for you as well. I'm seeing that there too. The thing they might be, I hope this is going to make sense, I'll try and explain this. There might be a little bit of a roadblock for them in terms of, I'm seeing there might be a distance in, a difference in your knowledge, or maybe your education level, or it might be your sense of spirituality, or maybe some of your interests might be thought of as a little bit sophisticated, maybe. It's something like that, where they might feel a little bit out of their depth with you. Now, to you, I don't think that's a problem. You're not a snooty person. You don't go around saying, oh, I'm better than you, I know more than you, I'm smarter than you. You're not like that. But I think this is about how they feel. They're probably not saying this to you. They're probably not saying anything to you. They're probably just keeping a bit quiet. They do feel a little bit out of their depth in some ways with you. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, they're keeping their feelings to themselves. Because they're going a bit quiet, this is another problem that might crop up. So I hope you're not suspecting them of doing anything wrong, because I'm not seeing they are. I think they're just backing off a little bit, and this is because of how they feel about themselves, and they're kind of comparing themselves to where they think you are. Yeah, they might go a bit quiet. They might back away from some social situations that you're in. They might back away from some conversations that you have with them. I think they actually have a lot to add to conversations, and I think you think that as well. They're a lot more interesting than they realise. They're a lot smarter than they realise. But, you know, if you're sensing this, I feel as if I just need to tell you they're not doing anything wrong. They're not looking elsewhere. They're not disinterested. They're not interested in anyone else. They're not looking to back away from you. This is about their feelings that they have about themselves and where they see themselves in comparison to where they see you. So I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have your presence, the Three of Cups. Yeah, okay, so I'm seeing a few things here. Again, they might see you as being a little bit more successful than they are as well, and a bit more sociable, which is what I'm seeing here. You do value them. You see a lot of value in them, but I don't think they're seeing that. So, yeah, I think it might be a good idea if you maybe spend a bit more one-on-one time with them. I don't know if you've been inviting them to spend time around your friends or your work colleagues. If that's what's happening, I think they might be feeling a little bit intimidated around you and a group of people, and they might be feeling a little bit alone in the group. Maybe they even feel as if you've been ignoring them when you're around these people. If you look at these women, obviously they're out partying, they're out socializing or whatever. One of them has their back to us, so they might be feeling as if you're kind of ignoring them. That's kind of what I'm getting here. So, it's just something to think about. I don't think you're doing any of this on purpose. You might not even be aware that this is happening because they're not speaking up. They're not saying anything to you about this. So, yeah, the last card you have your presence, the Knight of Pentacles. So, yeah, again, there's passion here. They have passion for you. You probably have passion for them because the horse and the knight are wearing a lot of red here. There's love here as well, but they're not coming forward. They're not telling you how they're feeling. This knight's not moving. He's just standing there. So they should be doing that, but they're not. That's just what I'm seeing there. The other thing I'm seeing is, okay, I'm seeing some kind of studying or learning or something like that. I think you might have put a lot of time into this. I think you might have put a lot of money into this, because this is Pentacles. So I think you might have paid for something up front maybe, or something like that, and you spent a lot of time on this, some kind of studying or learning. I think you might be halfway through something, or sort of at a stage in the middle somewhere. And it's kind of a bit of an awkward stage for you. You've gotten over the initial interest and the excitement of when you first started. You were like, oh, I'm going to do this. It's going to be fantastic. So you've gotten over that. You're not quite at the end yet. So if you're at the end, you'd be going, oh, I'm nearly finished. I've got only this way to go and I'm finished. I'm done. I'm going to graduate or whatever this is. So you're not at either end of these. You're kind of in the middle. And yeah, I think if you've already put money into this and you can't get that back, and you still have this time to go, even if you're feeling a little bit bored or tired or not sure if this is what you want to do, I'd stick with this, I think, because I think it is going to turn out to be a bit useful, or not bit, really useful actually for you in the future. I'm actually seeing you using this knowledge in some kind of self-employment, maybe working for yourself, might be a business. I don't know if you've already started planning whatever this is, but I am seeing you doing something on your own, branching out on your own in the future, and you'll use this knowledge for that. That's what I'm seeing. So keep going with this. That's what my advice is. You might not get the most amazing results on earth. I don't think you're going to get A's and everything, but you'll pass, you'll do this, you'll get to the end. Definitely stay with us until you get to the end of this. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have for you future is the Three of Wands. yeah, I'm just looking at this card, and I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles as well. I'm looking at the two of these cards together. Now, yeah, there's so much gold here in both of these cards. Gold can be about wealth, of course. It can also be about intellect, intelligence. Now, your heart might not be all that into this right now, this studying or whatever this is, but you're totally capable of being able to finish this. And both of these cards are about waiting. So I think it is going to take some time before this actually finishes, before you finish this, before you come to the end. You know, you have a long way to go, I think, but it's going to be worth it. So please keep on going. I'm seeing that message there again. And, you know, this man's up on top of a hill. He's looking out over this view. He's probably had to climb up to the top of this hill. No Uber in those days. So he's had to really struggle to get to the top. So you've probably already put a lot of work in. You've put a lot of struggle in to get to where you are now. So don't throw that away. Just keep on going, and you are going to get to the end. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have, you features the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. I love this card. So, okay. So, yeah. So with this love connection, this relationship that I'm seeing here, there's definitely love there. I'm seeing that again. I'm seeing that everywhere. I think you do value this person, whether they realize it or not. You do value them. You treasure them as well. I don't think they're quite sure, again, whether you see them as someone who's their equal. You know, if you look at this card, obviously this couple's looking out toward this house with this beautiful garden and everything else. But there's a line between them and the scene that they're looking out on. It's sort of like a barrier between them and the scene. So this is what I'm getting. This person that you're with, they'd love a secure future with you. They'd love to, but they feel as if they're kind of on the outside. They're on the outside looking in. They're not actually, but that's how they feel. They feel as if they're not quite good enough. They can't quite get to where they want to go with you. I'm seeing that all over this reading, and I'm seeing it here. So now I don't think this is about anything you've done. You know, they should be telling you that this is how they're feeling anyway, because, you know, how do you know unless they tell you? But yeah, they're not doing that. So yeah, if this is resonating, maybe, I don't know, maybe spend some more time alone with them, which is what I was seeing before. You know, try to include them a bit more in conversations, ask for their opinion on things. You know, they're just ideas, I don't know. But yeah, the feeling I'm getting is that they just need to know that you value their opinion, and they need to know that you value them. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So do whatever you can to let them know that you do value them. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have, you features the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a very uncomfortable card. You know, look at how uncomfortable this man is. You know, he's sitting on a hard bench. It's made of stone or whatever. And, you know, he can hardly move. He's afraid to move. So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot of pressure around you. There might be some pressure around you, maybe from family. And I think this might be around this training or this studying. Excuse me. So they might not mean to pressure you, but I'm seeing this sort of, you know, I'm seeing people asking you things like, oh, how's the studying going? Is it going well? Are you passing? Have you passed this? Have you nearly finished this? You know, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So-and-so got this result. So-and-so failed, and so-and-so passed, and all of that kind of thing. And they're asking you a lot of questions. So while you're still going through this really difficult time, when you're not sure what you're kind of doing, you're kind of not feeling all that great about this, try to say the bare minimum to these people if you can, you know, because I think if you start to tell them you're struggling, or even that you're not sure about what you're doing, or if you really want to be doing this or whatever, you know, it might encourage even more questions, more pressure, all of that kind of thing. And you really don't need that right now. So I'm not saying don't tell anyone how you're feeling, but just be a little bit discerning with who you talk to. Definitely don't share things with people who put pressure on you. Who you should be sharing things with is this person, this love connection. This is a really good way to open yourself up to them and show them that you trust them, that you care about them, that you value their opinion. You might want to ask them how they feel about you doing this studying, that you're worried about this, that you're not sure if this is kind of, you're really kind of stuck in the middle and you're kind of a bit stressed about getting to the end. Open yourself up to them, talk to them about that, because I think they'll have some really good input into that for you, and also that'll help them to feel a little bit more comfortable around you, and they'll know that you kind of value their input if you do this. So that's what I'm seeing there. So Taurus, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to, and thank you for watching.